On the north end of Lake Okeechobee lies the mouth of the Kissimmee River, a place that quickly turns into a fishing hotspot certain times of the year. When conditions line up, anglers will travel across state lines for one fish in particular. Welcome back to another episode of Fishing with Kagan. In this one, Jerry and I were invited by our friend David to take part in one of the most popular seasonal fishing events in this part of Florida, crappie fishing. Whether you know them as crappie, specks, or speckled perch, there's no denying this fish earns its reputation. Between the beautiful speckled pattern, the aggressive bite, and the fact that they're widely considered one of the best tasting freshwater fish around, it's easy to see why people plan entire trips around them. With a bag limit of 25 fish per person and a minimum keep size of 10 inches,
Kagan, inside rod.
You've got the potential to pack a cooler fast when the bite is on.
Oh, he's pretty.
And they really are absolutely beautiful fish.
All right, first speck of the day.
Good. Yeah, drop her in there. See if she's gonna measure up to 10.
Nose first, right?
Yeah.
Where's the 10 inches right there?
No. There's actually a mark. I need to clean it. Oh yeah, she's 10. There's right.
Huh?
See right there.
Beautiful.
Drop that thing in the water.
All right.
There you go.
It liked the
The mixture of color,
Yeah.
the 7-color jig. It's
Yeah.
like a nuclear Kissimmee minnow. That one's on the rod. That one's good.
Oh, man.
When crappie season kicks off, you can feel it in town.
Ooh, this one feels a little better.
Okeechobee is usually quiet, but suddenly the boat ramps are full, parking lots are packed with trailers, and traffic becomes, well, a thing. It's all part of spec season.
Sometimes it takes somebody like you to.
Awesome.
He goes free.
Oh, yeah.
David showed us a trolling setup that's incredibly effective for covering water. Multiple rods of different lengths are run in adjustable rod holders, with the longest rods on the outside and shorter rods staggered towards the center.
A little guy. Oh, they're liking these super colorful ones, huh?
That spread helps keep the line from tangling while allowing you to present baits at slightly different depths and distances behind the boat. As always, we were paying close attention to which colors, jig sizes, and presentations were getting the most attention from the fish. We had been joking earlier about how some fishermen hold their fish out just a little bit too far in pictures,
No, baby, stop.
so of course I had to show off my slab of a speck. Of course, the bite is going to be better at some times versus others. And when it turns on, it really turned on.
Yeah, look at that. Oh, he's pretty.
There's one on the other side.
Oh, there's one right there. Right there behind you.
Oh, gosh.
Another one by you, David. Whoa! That's a big one. Once you know what 10 inches is.
That's not the right size, right?
No, you want to measure it?
Oh,
10 inches.
right at 10. Holy cow. Back to back. That's awesome.
Funny enough, after we got home from this trip, it didn't take long for it to really sink in how much fun we had speck fishing. So much so that we went out and picked up our own dedicated speck rods, and we've already got plans to make another video soon, this time targeting crappie using strictly DOA baits. We actually got to spend some time recently at the DOA headquarters. If you remember, they're our soft bait sponsor. And when we told them we were getting into speck fishing, they knew exactly what we needed. They sent us out the door with a handful of baits that they were confident the crappie wouldn't be able to resist. After seeing how effective this style of fishing can be, I'm really excited to start dialing it in even more and seeing just how well those baits perform on the next trip.
So I saw you doing the whole pull up, go down, move. Jerry just reels it straight in. Is there a better method, one or the other?
Line's tight, it don't matter.
As long as you don't let that line get tight, you'll just got nothing to throw it to do.
Hello, fella. Oh, you liked the little
Oh yeah.
little spinner on it, huh? Oh no. That's
If
awesome.
it's edible, it's edible.
Yeah. Oh man.
Maybe inside rod.
What really surprised me about this kind of fishing is how much it pulled me in, mentally. I didn't expect speck fishing to grab my attention the way that it did. When I think about fishing, my mind usually goes straight to bigger fights, bigger baits, and that adrenaline rush of not knowing what's about to hit. But crappie fishing is different. It's quieter, it's more methodical, and in a strange way, it forces you to slow down and really pay attention to what's happening beneath the surface. There's something incredibly satisfying about watching rod tips, adjusting speed just slightly, changing colors or depths, and then feeling that subtle thump when a fish finally commits. It's not always a violent strike, sometimes it's barely there, and that's what makes every bite feel earned. You're not overpowering the fish, you're matching them. I also didn't expect how accessible and communal this style of fishing feels. You can have multiple people on the boat, all hooked up at once, talking, laughing, learning as you go. It's easy to see why anglers of all ages love it. You don't need the biggest boat or the fanciest gear just to have an incredible day. You just need to understand the fish, the season, and the water you're on. And then there's the payoff. Knowing that these fish are not only fun to catch, but some of the best eating freshwater fish you can bring home adds another layer of appreciation.
Oh. Oh. Oh yeah. Oh, that feels like a nice one. Big Papa. All right, well, I thought you were a nicer one. Maybe the longer rod makes it feel bigger? Nope, not at all. Oh, I'm convinced that fish just feel bigger on this rod.
Maybe we should always use those rods.
It's not just about numbers, it's about purpose. It made me think differently about what a successful fishing day really looks like. This trip reminded me that fishing doesn't always have to be about chasing the biggest, baddest thing in the water. Sometimes it's about learning something new, being surprised by it, and realizing there's a whole side of fishing you hadn't fully explored yet. And that's what keeps me coming back. the constant opportunity to learn, adapt, and fall in love with a new style of fishing all over
Don't
again.
you hook me. Lots of littles. What? Oh God.
The jig wrapped around that rod.
Oh.
Nope.
No?
Look at that.
Oh my God. Toss that sucker back.
Thick one.
He was thick. That's right, your tackle collection. Let's see what you got. Oh yeah, that's the one.
I would love to do a Smith fish. Just these rods.
There were moments where all three of us were hooked up at the same time, reeling in fish back to back. With crappie fishing, things move fast. Instead of breaking out a tape measure every time, a simple plastic fish board makes quick work of checking length. If they hit that 10-inch mark, they were headed straight for the cooler and later the dinner plate. These fish can stack up in such numbers that some anglers even bring fish counters to keep track. With 3 people on the boat, that's a potential 75 fish limit. That said, this day came with its challenges.
Lot of shorts.
Lot of shorts.
Lot of shorts.
Lot of shorts.
We were pulling up a lot of shorts, fish that were just under the size limit. Talking with other boats in the area, it seemed to be the same story across the board.
Woo!
You want to hold it out in front of you like this? Here, hold it out in front of you. Hold it out like way out there in front of
Yeah, there you go.
you. Make it look bigger.
Now, Kagan will get excited about a piece of driftwood.
Still, even when they weren't keepers, the steady action made it very hard to complain. Early in the season, trolling tends to be the go-to method, especially when fish are spread out.
Oh, hey.
Keeper. That's my guess. It's a keeper.
It looks like it. There you go.
Clinging in the weeds on them rods. Might
Yeah.
have paid off.
You should say it now.
Yeah. All right.
Got y'all a meal in there.
Yeah, I'm excited. Whoa.
The nicer one.
Look at that sucker. Holy smokes. That is not a little fish.
It's a lot bigger.
No way.
Tip it up. Yep. Oh, he's good.
Oh my goodness gracious. Monster.
I'll get y'all out here everywhere else. I'll show you. See how much one you're gonna be able to fit in there.
Oh my gosh.
And what it does is actually brings syrup to the edge of the stock, so it's easier to harvest to bring it out.
Yeah, I don't think we have to measure my fish.
Oh baby.
No.
As the season progresses and crappie begins bedding in vegetation, many anglers switch gears, slowing things down and targeting grass lines and structure with vertical jigging or casting. No matter the method, it's easy to see why this fishery draws such a crowd. Simple techniques, constant action, and a freezer full of some of the best freshwater fillets you can ask for. It checks every box.
Wiggy, 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 wiggy.
Put a camera.
Oh, the slow slide.
Baby, got the solution. No.
Oh, nope. Not even close.
As we were trolling back and forth, watching rods bend one after another, it actually brought me back to where all of this started for me. Fishing with my grandpa. Back then, it wasn't about technique or gear or even knowing what species we were targeting. It was about being outside, learning patience, and feeling that excitement every time a rod tip moved. Speck fishing carries a lot of that same spirit. It's simple, intentional, and rooted in understanding the water more than overpowering it. Sitting there, paying attention to subtle bites, adjusting just enough to stay in tune with the fish, it felt familiar in a way I didn't expect. Like the kind of fishing you grow up with before everything else gets complicated. My grandpa didn't chase trophies, he chased moments. And this day felt like one of those moments.
Oh, he's real speckly. Way too small, but pretty.
Be there. Nope.
Oh.
Good company, steady action, and a cooler slowly filling with fish. It reminded me that fishing doesn't have to be loud or extreme to be meaningful. Sometimes it's at its best when it's quiet, steady, and shared. That realization stuck with me long after we pulled the rods in. And it's probably why, by the time we got home, we were already talking about going back out and doing it all over again. I think one of the most beautiful things about this day was the sense of community that clearly surrounds this type of fishing. And I don't just mean the incredible company I had on the boat, although that alone made the day special. So many of our fishing trips are spent on quiet flats or tucked away shorelines, where voices stay low and movement is careful, all in an effort not to spook fish. This day was different. It was full of laughter, conversation, and that shared excitement that comes from steady action. But it went beyond our boat. There's a deep-rooted love for speck fishing around Lake Okeechobee and throughout the surrounding town. You can feel it in the way people talk about it, the way they greet each other at the ramps, and the way they're genuinely happy to share information. Folks would slow down, ask us how we were doing, and tell us where they'd found better bites. There was no sense of secrecy or competition, just anglers helping anglers. It felt less like everyone was out there chasing their own limits, and more like we were all just participating in something shared. A seasonal rhythm that the lake and the town both know very well. This kind of fishing brings people together in a way that's hard to describe unless you've experienced it yourself. It's tradition, it's storytelling, it's passed down knowledge, and it's a reminder that fishing isn't always about finding solitude. Sometimes it's about connection, both to the water and to the people who love it just as much as you do. As I worked through cleaning the fish, it really put the whole day into perspective. Between the three of us, we ended up with 11 keepers over just a few hours on the water. I know to some people that might not sound like much at all, but for us, it was perfect. Plenty of beautiful fillets for multiple meals and nothing going to waste. And I'll be honest, I really didn't know the right way to clean crappie when I started. I just took my time, paid attention, and figured it out as I went. With each fish, I realized I could take a little more meat, adjust my angle, and be more efficient. It's one of those hands-on lessons you only really learn by doing, and by the end of it, I felt more confident than when I started. That's one of the things I love most about fishing trips like this. It's not always about limits or numbers or filling coolers to the brim. It's about learning, sharing time with good people, and coming home with something you earned. We had food for ourselves, food for the animals, and memories that'll stick with me for a long time. Days like this remind me why I love fishing in the first place. The water, the community, the quiet moments mixed with laughter, and the satisfaction of turning a good day on the lake into something that feeds more than just your appetite. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this one. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. If you've fished Lake Okeechobee, drop down below what colored jigs you've used, what's worked best for you, or maybe share a memory that you've made on the lake. And definitely keep an eye out for that DOA video that'll be coming out where we use strictly mostly DOA baits to catch crappie. That's gonna be a fun one. Alright guys, until next cast.